channel, Transparent Homeschool. Today's video is my Q4 review. We only have one more week until we are completely finished with our school. So I thought I would kind of get a head start and share with you guys how our year went. Overall, I think we did really well. Everyone did super awesome on all of their course assessments for the end of the year. We were using the Good and the Beautiful for language arts and math. So they did great on both of those assessments. And we were using Journey Homeschool Academy for science, which they still watch the videos, even though they don't have to do science anymore. They still watch the videos. So kudos to any science program that gets kids to rewatch the videos, because that's awesome. And then history, we used the Tuttle twins, and that went awesome too. So for language arts, math, science, and history, my children did really well. I am going to talk about math real quick, though, about my son and his Simply Good and the Beautiful Math Level 5. Now, I know I am not the only one who has talked about this, so this might be white noise. However, we will not be continuing Simply Good and the Beautiful Math with my son. We will be continuing with my other two daughters, but with my son, we are going to do something different next year. And I have talked about this before in, I think, all of my quarter review videos this year. And I think that is just a consistent reminder that we need to kind of evolve with our children and really be paying attention to how they respond with a piece of curriculum. Simply Good and Beautiful Math Level 5 is designed to be mostly independent. There is a video component that they watch. There is a mini lesson that the parent can sit down and go through with the child if extra help is needed, but the video component is really kind of what they are using to present the lesson, and then there is the practice work and the review work. And then ideally, which is what I did, I had my son immediately bring me his math book, and I would check the answers. We would immediately correct anything that he got wrong, and that's how we would do math. However, it was taking him a very, very long time to complete the lessons, and it wasn't an issue of comprehension. I know that because he did really well on all of his assessments throughout the year. So I know it wasn't a comprehension issue. I think it was more of a focus issue, and I just think that it was too much. It was too much. So to kind of give you guys an example of why I say that it took my son a really long time to do his math, I have bookmarked 3 lessons here that I think do a really good job at kind of showing you why. Like I said before, some of these lessons had between 80 and 100 problems. This lesson actually has 101 problems. Now, I don't think that a 5th grader should be required or asked to do that much work. So as you can see, I started crossing out a bunch of problems because it was just way too much for him. And then there was all of these up here and the review down here. Now, these problems is a 2-step problem because you have to multiply fractions and whole numbers first, and then you have to compare them. So that was one. Like I said, that lesson had 101 problems in it. This next lesson has 78 problems in it. And again, you can see that I have crossed out the things that I do not want him to do. It still took us a really long time to complete this. And then this is just another example of a really long lesson. Now, yes, it's only 2 pages, right? But this right here, you're using the numbers on the lemons to subtract from the trunk, the numbers on the trunk. And you're doing that for every single lemon. There are 56 lemons on here. That's a lot of subtraction. And that's a lot of, and it says right here, do your work on scratch paper. It says it right here. So that's a lot of paper. As an adult even, I feel like we would be bored after like 10, maybe even 20. There's 56 on here. And then they have to go do more work. So, like I said, I just had 3 examples. And this hurts me because I love the Good and the Beautiful Math. I've used it all of the years of my homeschool except 2 for my son. but I've used it for all of the years of my girls, and it's just, I don't know why there has to be so much work in here. I understand that it's supposed to be like an advanced program, and that's fine, but I do think that you can have that same level of intensity and robustness without having 100, 78, 56, so on and so forth, practice problems. So that is just the reason why we will not be continuing with The Good and the Beautiful level 6 with my son next year. So on language arts, again, awesome. My children have just blossomed into really, really fantastic readers. My kindergartner's reading has just taken off, and I'm really proud of where she is and excited for her first grade year next year, just to see how much more she grows and how more fluent she becomes as a reader. My daughter and my son both just devour the written word, and I love that. So good job, guys. Keep up the good work. So that was science, that was history, language arts, and math. We did Explode the Code. Like I said, just hands off from me completely. We've done it for years. They love it. I love it. It's just giving them extra like phonics practice and things like that. We did handwriting from The Good and the Beautiful. Next year will be my son's last level of The Good and the Beautiful handwriting. But we finished that. Everything went well with their handwriting. And we did Bible copy work this year. I wanted to get through 1 John, 2 John, and 3 John. But I think it looks like this year we'll just be just finishing out 1 John at the end of the year. And that's fine. You know, you set these goals and sometimes you reach them and sometimes you don't. And there's no reason to like get all upset about it. Just go on. We also did our missionary study from Not Consumed Ministries, and that was a huge hit this year. We got through all of the books except for 2 of them. But we loved all of the books that we read. Other than that, guys, we just had a lot of extracurricular activities. My son, he does karate and sparring. My daughters do ballet and gymnastics, so we're very busy with extracurricular activities, and we did our BSF Bible study this year. So we had a lot of time going in and out of the house, but other than that, like I said, I'm really proud that we stayed on track as well as we did, and I'm really excited to have the summer to just kind of relax and recuperate and be rejuvenated for next year. My first grader next year is already asking to do some work, and I'm like, let's just take a moment. Let's just take a little bit of a rest. But I'm so happy that she loves school because it makes learning so much more enjoyable when you are excited to learn. So this is a really short update because I really don't have anything to share other than we will not be using Simply Good and Beautiful Math for my son. I have some other news that I am going to share. That's going to come later in the summer. So stay tuned for that. It's some pretty big news. But other than that, I'm really excited where we ended this year. I'm so thankful that we finished most of our curriculum, and I'm really, really proud of my kiddos. So I hope that you guys are also coming to the end of your school year. I hope you guys get a little bit of a break with some relaxation and, again, get some life breathed back into your homeschool for next year. So check out the curriculum reviews that will be posted in the next couple of days, and I will see you guys later. Bye.